and Jessica, Joanne, Tyrone, the Learn to Grow crew. One of the things that's very different about B.E.S.T Academy, and I really want you to understand what I'm about to say. Not many schools throughout the state of Georgia or anywhere else is doing it in the way that we're doing it here. Our staff is so committed to moving our children forward that we're doing whatever it takes, out-of-the-box methods, to meet our families right where they are, to unite and bring resources to them in order so our children can be successful in the classroom, and that is very different.
You know, it's such a pleasure to see families and children take the time to come out on the movement to empower an epidemic that is really affecting our community. If we had to determine 20 years ago that a cell phone or a car or drugs or alcohol would be the leading epidemic of our children, maybe many of our parents, including myself, would not have made as many destructive decisions to be a parent so early. The one destructive decision that I made at 17 years old, to have sex for the very first time, you would have never thought would have affected me 22 years later. When I was 17, I was in high school, and I was the only person in the entire school pregnant. The only person. It was unheard of then. I started an epidemic myself. Once I began to realize, once the school told me, hey, you're a bad influence on our children, I think you probably should just stay home. Stay home? Yeah, don't worry, you have all your credits. Just stay home. We don't need this to be contagious. I'm 7 months into my pregnancy, and they clearly didn't know for 7 months, but the minute they did determine that, I was sheltered out of everybody like I had a plague. And all I did was make a bad decision. I wonder how many children make those decisions and don't have anyone to turn to, and don't know that there is help somewhere. So I go through life, trying to figure out how to do this thing called parenting. I immediately think, well, I gotta feed them, I had them. All right, I know what I'll do, I'll sell drugs. That'll get it. Yep, that'll get it. Oh, the money's coming fast, it's quick, I can do it. A year and a half later, I have another baby. This is not getting it. I guess I gotta sell more drugs. I still gotta feed them. So I'm thinking in my mind, all these destructive decisions have got to make sense and come together at some time. But they never do. And they never did. So once I didn't realize that, and I sat behind 4 walls of a federal prison, that's when it dawned on me that, who could I have asked for help to not get me where I'm at? Why am I looking at the same wall all these months? I'm a girl. But I didn't think about being a girl when I did boy things. And I didn't think about being a lady when I was running around in the streets. I wasn't carrying myself that way. So I said, I determined I'm gonna come home from prison, and I'm gonna get a job, and I'm gonna do everything I'm supposed to do, and I'm gonna live life greatly. I'm gonna do it, I promise. I'm telling everybody, I'm gonna promise. I promise you when I come home, it's gonna be different. I'm not the same little girl I used to be. So I'm getting the ram of being in work, learning how to do it. And then I get a call to meet Flight for Life at Grady Hospital. And I just moved here 4 months before. Your son's been in a car crash. I need you to meet him in the hospital. And as much as I stress as a mother to wear your seatbelt, don't get in the car with people and be distracted. Don't text and drive. Don't do these things. The first thing the paramedic says to me, who's also crying at this time, he didn't have his seatbelt on. And he was so far away from the car. Exactly 7 days later, the second day after my tragedy, when I first saw his face, the Lord told me he was gone. To lose a child is unheard of. It is the worst epidemic a human can tolerate in a lifespan. It's worse than being paralyzed. And that's what statistics say. I don't know how it feels to be paralyzed, but I know how it feels to bury a child. And if you haven't buried one, I don't want you to. If I can help you in any way not bury your child, or not get your child to jail, or not get your child to be a teen parent, they have passed out cards from our website. I have a ton of business cards in my pocket. I want you to know my number is open 24 hours a day. I never turn my phone off. There's children here outside right now that know it because they call me any times of the day, and I have completely sacrificed my life to this cause. If in my life I can stop these children from letting these numbers go up to the prison, letting the numbers go up in teen pregnancy, that's what I want to do. I want the numbers to go up for college. I want the numbers to go up for jobs. I want the numbers to go up from that, but I can't do it by myself. So help me, help you, save our youth.
I pledge